Happy Tuesday, my friends, and welcome back into another edition of Prime Sports World. On today's episode of the Prime, we're going to be breaking down week number 15, Monday Night Football, as we had two games on Monday night, and then we're going to open up that chapter to week number 16 with our preview and predictions episode here. I'm David Huffman, your host of Prime Sports World, and I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. TJ Hopkins, and the birthday boy, Mr. Matthew James, and from the Daily Blitz.blog, Mr. Christian Simpson in the house. We are currently live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and on the Huddle Sports Network. So thank you very much for joining us, and please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast if you like what we're doing here at Prime Sports World. Gentlemen, happy Tuesday, my friends. How is everybody?
Same shit, different day.
Doing fine.
Well, it is Matthew James' birthday, and a very happy birthday to Matthew James.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Carving the time out of your birthday to come hang out with us here at Prime Sports World. We do appreciate that.
I finally got some time. Finally got off of work for a couple days here, and it's something I've been wanting to come back on. So it's been, it's an honor to be back on.
And thank you, my Aunt Judy, for liking the podcast, our most consistent fan here at Prime Sports World. Let's swing into Monday Night Football without wasting any more time, and let's talk about the results of both games. If you're a Bears fan, you might want to look away from that score of the Vikings-Bears. The Bears go into that beautiful U.S. Bank Stadium, and they fall 30-12. And that final score was really doesn't explain how this game was really never close. 30-12. I know the Bears, scored a touchdown in the fourth quarter on an absolute dot by Caleb Williams to Keenan Allen, but this game was absolutely an absolute beatdown. Caleb Williams, 18-31 and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 19 for 79. He did run it a decent clip, but just not effective. Keenan Allen, 6 for 82 and a touchdown. On the other side, Sam Darnold, one touchdown, one kind of an arm punt interception early in the game. Aaron Jones, Cam Akers both had rushing touchdowns. And Justin Jefferson, 773 and a tutty as Minnesota cruises to the easy 30-12 victory. As Caleb Williams kind of got killed in this game. I know it says only 2 sacks for 25 yards, but Minnesota also had 3 other quarterback hits. They had 4 passes for deflections, and they had 2 tackles for loss in this game, and Minnesota dominates. Gentlemen.
Well, I mean, obviously Thomas Brown's not going to be, around much longer than this season. I mean, this team is awful in general. I mean, I don't know. I'm more heartbroken than ever before right this second.
Any inclination that Thomas Brown was going to get the head coaching job? If you say
no, but he could have stuck around for a little while.
No, he couldn't have.
He was never going to keep this job.
He was never going to keep this job.
Not for head coach, but
I think there was a light scenario where that maybe if the team rallied around him and they rattled off 5 wins in a row, playing good football under Thomas Brown, maybe he could have kept this job. But that was the only scenario. That was the only. No, I don't think. If you're a head coach, if you hire a new head coach, you're bringing in your own staff. You're not bringing in your own staff.
You're not. Yeah. I just want to know: did a Bears player sleep with Troy Aikman's wife in the past or something?
You never know.
Did a Bears player screw over his daughter if he has a daughter or something? It was.
I would hope not.
Troy Aikman, it was just a 3-hour bashing of the Bears by Troy Aikman, and I just find it hilarious. That's literally the only time people talk about the Bears. This is the same team that in 6 games were 4-2. Not a positive thing was said about them. Not one. Caleb Williams was actually playing good football. They were scoring points. They were 4-2. Not a positive thing by the national media was said about them. They go on this 8-game snide. Now it's nothing but bad. Where were y'all when they were actually doing good things? Non-existent. Caleb Williams takes a shot. He goes onto the bench, and he's you can read lips, and he's like, my effing back hurts. And Emmanuel Acho goes on his show I don't like his body language. That is what?
Yeah. I mean, the guy's getting killed. I mean, he's getting killed.
He's like, we're not here to feel sorry for you. You're not a damsel in distress. It's like, bro, what are you talking? Like, we've seen some bad takes in the history of sports media. That's literally one of the worst. And the fact that no one called him out on that is asinine. Darren Orlovsky talking about he's not improving, he's not developing. The guy literally has more yards in the season than Justin Fields ever had in 3 years.
Man, that touchdown he throws through to Keenan Allen. I mean, he shows flashes of this like every week. Like there aren't that many quarterbacks in the NFL that can make that throw in that window. And like he flashes moments where he's just like, yeah, that's the guy.
That's like, does he have stuff to improve on? Yes.
I mean, he's
a rookie. Does he hold on to the ball too long? Yes. Yeah. But are they scheming things to make him get rid of the ball like quick enough? Not all the time. No. Like they highlighted some plays where it's like, yeah, that's open, but it's like do that over the course of the game, and you can see route schemes where it's like, dude, there's 3 Bears receivers in the same area, which brings 6 defenders to that same area. What are we talking about here? You got Doug Kramer who don't report in for a play, which I think is stupid. Like if I have no intention on catching the ball,
oh my god.
Like, why should I have to report? Why should I have to report in? Like, I'm lining up at fullback, bro. I'm like,
but
I'm not.
You know what's crazy? Like, if he's wearing a different number, we're not even having this conversation.
We're not even having this conversation.
Like, if he was wearing like a 30 or a 40 number, like he's automatically eligible. Like, he doesn't need to report.
And
like not to mention, like the NFL has gone to this like numberless scheme, like where you can wear any number you want. Like,
so why does it matter?
That if you're lined up as a fullback and it's clear you're not playing offensive lineman, it should not. Like you should have to. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because of the number you wear on your jersey. You're required to. Hey, I'm going to be an offensive player.
And at that point, it was 13-0. So it's like if you score right there, it's 13-7. Right, that's a lot. That's doable. And
you had momentum. Like that was the first drive of the first half or the second half. Like you build momentum. Like
another thing that irritated me is like the Tyreek Stevenson interception. You had idiots talking about, oh, he should have just batted the ball down. The Bears would have got. He cost the Bears yards. Y'all the same people that sound like Jerry Jones talking about. Hey, we shouldn't have blocked the punt. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like seriously, like y'all talking about he shouldn't have intercepted the ball are the same people that's like, oh, the Cowboys shouldn't have blocked that punt, man. That shouldn't have happened.
You know what? Another thing that on the other side of this, like nobody's really talking about the Minnesota Vikings. Like I don't watch a lot of national media, so I don't really know exactly what the rhetoric is around the Minnesota Vikings. But it doesn't seem like
they're
12-2. They have the exact same record as the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles, but you don't hear a peep about Minnesota in like the upper echelon of the NFC
because they're labeled. They're still, for whatever reason, they're still labeled a sleeper team because, like, hey, at the end of the day, Sam Darnold is still the quarterback. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I get it. It's just like a head scratching. I mean, this defense has been awesome. I mean, this offense at times can just really click on all cylinders. Aaron Jones has been one of the best free agent signings. Every running back who signed to a new team has been awesome this season. Like, it's crazy. Christian, you want to weigh in real quick?
I saw none of this game last night, so I'm listening to y'all.
Didn't waste your time.
Let's just move on to
watch it.
Moving on to the other game, we got the Atlanta Falcons going into the Death Star and kind of just escaping with the 15-9 victory as they did everything they could to try to give this game away to the Las Vegas Raiders. And Desmond Ridder and the Raiders just refused to take it. They win 15-9. About stifling defense for the Atlanta Falcons. 3 sacks for them for a team that has been really limited. Actually, you know what? Speaking of which, the Falcons defense on the other side has been kind of done a decent job putting pressure on the quarterback the last couple of weeks. It hasn't resulted in wins as they lost 3 in a row, but the defense has played better for the Atlanta Falcons outside of that Minnesota game, obviously. Kirk Cousins, just another meh day at the office. He did throw his first touchdown in 4 games, but he paired it up with a really bad interception. 11 of 17, 112 yards, touchdown, and pick. Desmond Ridder, 2 picks and a touchdown. Desmond Ridder led the team in rushing. Jacoby Myers, they never really could get Brock Bowers going in this game for the Las Vegas Raiders. Bijan Robinson goes over the century mark. Drake London catches the early touchdown in this game, and the Falcons just kind of sleptwalk to a victory. in a game that they basically tried to give away to Las Vegas, and Las Vegas just were like, "Nah, we're gonna lose."
I mean, hey, bad teams are bad teams for a reason. And I'm saying this as a fan of a bad team. Bad teams are bad teams for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I also want to point out that, hey, once again, if you're a Raiders fan, if you're a fan of the Raiders or anyone else worse than the Bears, stop talking about my QB. You would I guarantee you, Raider fans, you would trade your left arm for Caleb Williams right now. I'm just throwing that out there. Like you're talking, like y'all hoping that Shador or Cam Ward or somebody comes to your franchise to do the exact same thing Caleb Williams is doing right now. Y'all want to talk about the Bears, talking about it's not just a quarterback problem. Raiders fans, again, 25 plus years. It's not just a quarterback problem for y'all either. Y'all got the same exact problems. Literally the same exact problems. I really don't give a fuck about this game. I just they just made the news today that Michael Penix is starting next game, and I'm just like, no.
Why?
I have no exactly.
Right, I know Kirk Cousins wasn't good in this game, but he did win the game.
Exactly.
Technically,
And y'all already know how I feel about it. Like I've said it from Jump Street. Like if you draft Michael Penix, if you're gonna play him, play him. If you're gonna sit him, sit him. Playing him these last 3 games means nothing. I mean, like you're still in this thing. Like you're not mathematically out of it yet.
I mean, they're right in the hunt. I mean, you win a game and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose a game down the stretch, you win the division.
You like
all you have to do is win out because you have all the tiebreakers against Tampa Bay. Like if Tampa Bay were to stumble up and lose a game between here and there, and they're scheduled. I mean, they play the Giants next week. No offense, Christian.
Christian does not care.
I know. I'm just
But it's like I don't know if it's a money thing, but it's like if that's the case, why did you sign Kirk Cousins to that mess?
It's not a money thing. He's on a fully guaranteed contract.
Listen.
If you know anything about Kirk Cousins, he doesn't leave money on the table.
Like if they release him past June 1st,
no, they would still be on the hook. They would still be on the hook. Yeah, they'd still be on the hook for the rest of his contract.
Listen, I'll weigh in on this one.
It just doesn't make sense though. It's like, what are you going to learn from Michael Penix in these 3 games? What do you
especially the team that's in the hunt? Like it doesn't. That's a real head scratching decision. Matt, you want to weigh in real quick before we move on?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't catch this one, so.
Okay. Moving on to there. Let's go game balls. Let's go Matthew James, the birthday boy. Give out your game ball first, my friend.
Oh boy. Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna pay. I mean, Lamar Jackson 5 touchdowns. So enough said. I know.
Christian.
Once again, it's Christian's team. Sorry, but yeah.
Why do you guys say this?
Again, I'm so. I said, like, he does not care.
Christian, it's your turn. Give out your game ball.
Rough for Bears fans, and you have half the wins we do.
Nah, my game ball is going to Jalen Hurts. 25 and 32, 290 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, and then he accounted for 1 on the ground. The Eagles finally got their passing attack going on Sunday.
TJ.
I'm gonna get mine because I'm gonna say Josh Allen for you, David, because I know that's where you're going. I'm gonna go with Mike Evans. Mike Evans. I saw a post on like how people make those like potential Hall of Fame things and like who's a lock, who's a maybe. Someone had whoever made it put Mike Evans in the maybe tier, and they just got lit the fuck up. It's like, bro, dude has never had less than 1,000 yards.
He only needs 251 yards for the remainder of the season to get to be 1,000 yards for this season, even though he missed 4 games. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah. And I'm going Josh Allen, counting for 4 touchdowns in his game against Detroit Lions, and in my opinion, locked up the MVP. The only way he doesn't win. Yeah,
he did. I mean, he's beating big time teams doing this too.
crazy numbers. Like, and I know TJ, like we're going to say fantasy football. His fantasy numbers for the last 2 weeks, he put up like 51 points the week that they lost to the Rams. I think he counted for like 43 fantasy points in this game against the Detroit Lions. So Josh Allen is playing at a different level than everybody else in the National Football League right now. But yeah, moving on from week number 15, let's talk about that week number 16, and let's start in the division. NFC, AFC West opponents going head-to-head with playoff implications. Denver going into SoFi Stadium and taking on the Chargers. Denver obviously putting the shellacking on the Indianapolis Colts, even though that game was close up until it unraveled for the Colts. The Chargers, I think they lost.
Oh, you mean a team that tried to throw a double pass?
Yeah, right to Nick Bonito. Yeah, that team. And then the Chargers, who have lost 3 games in a row, have looked like the same squad since J.K. Dobbins went down with injury. Definitely could use a victory. They're still hanging on to a playoff spot. And they're 7th seed right now in the AFC when it comes to the wild card spot. They're probably okay because all the other teams that are below them keep losing. But Christian, Chargers, Broncos.
David.
Let's go.
Let's go. You ready?
Let's go. Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
Shameless plug number 1.
Baby. Nah, that was a big win for Denver on Sunday. That was their biggest game in about.
It was the Peyton Manning Bowl.
It was the Peyton Manning Bowl. You're absolutely right, and only your ass pays attention to shit like that. Anyway, the Chargers, the wheels are starting to fall off. Offensively, they really can't get much of anything going, and defensively, they're getting attacked left and right. But the issue I have with the Chargers is they sometimes beat themselves, not connecting on plays, guys dropping wide open passes, guys missing blocks, just the basic football fundamentals. I previewed this one on Thursday, an hour before the game. Be on the lookout.
I'm a believer, so I'm going to take the Denver Broncos. I just think if this Charger offense just hasn't been the same since J.K. Dobbins went out with injury. Like, he was really the engine behind this offense. It's really unfortunate that he ended up getting hurt. I know this game is in L.A., but I bet there'll be a lot of Broncos fans in this building. If not, I wouldn't even make the argument that there may be more Broncos fans at this game rooting for the Denver Broncos. I will take Denver because I'm a believer, and I think Cortland Sutton is a real problem because I don't think the Chargers have anybody that can check Cortland Sutton one-on-one. And it also, like, Patrick Surtain, I know he got banged up on the ankle injury with that pick late in that game that's kind of sealed it. Hopefully he's able to go in this one. I have not looked at his update. I will do that here in a moment, but I'm taking Denver. TJ.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for the Chargers right now. It's right when you get everybody back because I think you were missing Lad McConkey against the against the Chiefs, and then he comes back, and then you just get ramrodded yesterday. Like you gave up 40 to the Buccaneers, and a big part of that game was the Buccaneers were able to run the ball. All right, Bucky Irvin had, I think, 117 on the ground.
Yep.
I don't think he scored.
He didn't score. Chargers have lost 3 of the last 4 games. Their only victory came against the Atlanta Falcons, game they won 17-13. So this offense has been dreadful over the last. They've scored exactly 17 points in 3 straight weeks.
Is Justin Herbert save us for the Chargers, and you're not going to win too many games like that. And that sucks. I was a Bo Nix believer before.
Yeah, we know.
Like, hey, I said before. I said it. Hey, he should be in New England right now, but he's not. Yeah, give me Denver.
Birthday boy.
I mean, I'm a big Jim Harbaugh fan and believed in the Chargers throughout the season and all, but Denver's been looking pretty strong lately, especially through the defense, and Bo Nix has been able to do his thing. I'm going to take Denver in this one on the road.
Moving on from there, we got a battle between 2 teams that are currently leading their respective divisions. The Houston Texans going into Arrowhead and taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes has a high ankle sprain, considered a week-to-week. I have no idea if he's going to play in this game. I was a betting man, which I'm not really. I don't think he'll play. I think I don't necessarily, because the Chiefs can afford to lose one more game. They have a 2-game lead over all the other teams in the AFC. It doesn't really matter if they lose this one game to Houston. It doesn't really impact them all that much. I may be wrong. You guys can voice your opinion when we get to your predictions, but I do not think Patrick Mahomes will play. Last time these two teams played was actually 2 years ago, almost to the date, actually, 12/18/2022. Christian, do you remember who won that game 2 years ago to the date almost?
The Chiefs won that game, and I remember that because I won $200 from $100.
Davis Mills was the quarterback. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah, Davis Mills was the quarterback, like PJ said, and I won $100 from my cousin because
Kansas City did win that game 30-24. Christian, what do you think happens in 2024?
I previewed this one today on the site.
Shameless plug, baby.
I think Kansas City does enough just to win this game because if Carson Wentz does start, they're gonna turn it into a game plan where they're gonna run the ball. So you're gonna see a heavy dose of Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, and I think that Chiefs defensive line, they're gonna attack that Houston offensive line. I think Tank Dell is gonna be the X factor for Houston. In this one, I see this being a close game. I predicted 2017, and I think Kansas City wins this game. Now, look, win the division and then rest Patrick Mahomes.
2017, pretty solid year. TJ, go ahead.
I'm going Houston because the issues that Kansas City is having, you don't want to have these issues against teams that can beat you. Houston can beat Kansas City, and the main issue that Kansas City has is what they can't protect Pat Mahomes. He getting his ass kicked too now, and I'm telling you right now, if he out there with a high ankle sprain, hey, all bets is off. I'm testing that ankle to the fullest extent possible. I'm blitzing 95% of the time. I'm so serious. You got 5 blocking, goddammit, I'm sending 8. I'm coming. I am on your ass. I want to see just how healthy that ankle is. I'm so serious. That's exactly what I'm doing. Because they struggling to protect him. Again, Houston can beat them. Joe Mixon can run the air out the ball. He can do that. Your secondary can get got with the receivers that Houston got. Tank Dell, Nico Collins. They can Dalton Schultz. They can get y'all, bro. Give me Houston in the close one.
Birthday boy.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with TJ. I was going to say the exact same thing. Give Mixon the ball. Get him over his 1,000-yard mark for the season. Beat him the ball, spread it out. And I got Houston in a close one in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston too. Even though I haven't really loved what I've seen out of Houston so far this season, they definitely, Patrick Mahomes, CJ Stroud has kind of regressed a little bit in his second season, probably because there's more tape on him, as TJ always talks about. But they've done just enough to win the division in a bad division. But I'm going to take Houston to win the game. I don't think Patrick Mahomes plays. I think that's the ultimate X factor because this offense only really works with Patrick Mahomes. He's the one that is the engine, that straw that serves this drink. Without him behind center, it's going to be a tough day at the office, I think, for Kansas City. They'll have a real hard time scoring against Houston, especially with those edge rushers, with Willie Anderson and Daniel Hunter. From there, we got another divisional matchup this time in the AFC North. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers going into Baltimore, taking on those Ravens. Ravens obviously beat the New York Football Giants on Sunday, and the Steelers fell to their in-state rival, Philadelphia Eagles. The Steelers did get the advantage in the last time these two teams played. Birthday boy, how do you think this is going to shake out? Ravens, Steelers, Saturday Night Football. Going to go a long way to deciding who wins this division in the AFC North.
Yeah, it's 100%. I mean, it's going to be a great game. I mean, it'll be a battle till the end. I'm going to take Baltimore to prevail in the end, being at home. Pound the rock with Derrick Henry, and Lamar does his thing. Give me Baltimore in a low scoring first to 20 battle.
It's going to be a vintage AFC North battle. I will also take the Baltimore Ravens. I think the home field advantage for Baltimore is a big X factor here. Also, not totally sure what TJ Watt's status is. I know he went down with an injury at the very end of that Philadelphia game. So, if he doesn't play, I think it's even more in the favor of the Baltimore Ravens. And I do agree with Matt James. I think they will run the ball with Derrick Henry down the throat of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they'll limit what this offense can do for Pittsburgh. Give me the Baltimore Ravens. Christian.
I previewed this one yesterday. When these two last met, it was a classic defensive struggle, and the Steelers won this game without even scoring a touchdown. They limited Derrick Henry, and they put the game in the hands of Lamar Jackson. Here's the thing. Lamar, to me, is not the front runner for MVP. You threw 5 touchdowns on the Giants. I could do that. I live 10 minutes away from MetLife. So, look, I can stretch up my arm and maybe throw for 3 touchdowns. CJ, you want to be my number one receiver? Yeah, my man.
Why can't I be number one?
Really? Nah. Really? You can snap the ball to me, David.
Oh, come on.
All right. Tight end.
All right, let's go.
Right, cool. I didn't like what I saw from the Steelers the other day. And if Lamar wants to make a statement, this is a game he has to go and win. I like Baltimore for everything that Matt just said. I think they're going to keep it close. And like you said, David, I don't know what the status is of TJ Watt. I think Alex Highsmith is going to be key, but TJ Watt is the engine that makes that defense go. I like Baltimore to get their revenge in a close game.
TJ Watt did not practice today for the Steelers. That doesn't really mean a lot this early in the week, but just take it as a grain of salt. And George Pickens also didn't practice today, so who knows? TJ.
Pittsburgh offensively, they get stagnant too much or too easily. I don't know. Give me Baltimore.
From there, we're going to swing into Sunday afternoon football, the day that football is meant to be played. And we're going to talk about the New York Football Giants welcoming in the Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix making his first NFL start, apparently. Last time these two teams played was 3 years ago. Atlanta Falcons went into MetLife Stadium and squeaked out the 17-14 victory. The quarterbacks at the time was Matt Ryan and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been released. Matt Ryan is retired, calling games on Fox. CBS, whatever station he's on at this point. Fun fact, who do you think the leading rusher was for the Falcons on this game 3 years ago? Anybody got a guess?
Nope.
Matt James?
For who? Atlanta?
The Atlanta Falcons 3 years ago.
What year?
Anyways, it was Mike Davis. Remember Knife Davis? Yeah.
Mike Davis.
That guy. Yeah, that guy. Anyways, I will even with Michael Penix starting, I think the Giants is actually a pretty solid game to start a rookie quarterback if you're going to pick a team to play him against. This is not a bad option because that defense for the Giants at one point was like third in the NFL in sacks early on in the season, and there was some optimism around this defense. That is not the case anymore. Give me Atlanta. Christian. Birthday boy.
I'm going to go same route.
TJ.
Atlanta.
It don't matter. It doesn't. It does not matter.
They're swinging into the NFC North, and we got the Detroit Lions coming off taking their second loss to the Buffalo Bills, going into Soldiers Field, taking on our Chicago Bears. And fun fact, my coworker Clayton, who's a big Detroit Lions fan, will be at this game. So hopefully it doesn't snow because I went to a Bears game once when it snowed. Not a great time. So, TJ, Bears Lions. How do you
well, the Bears catch somewhat of a break. No David Montgomery, he's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and a bunch of other injuries for the Lions defense as well.
Noah Lee McNeil,
torn ACL. One of their linebackers broke their jaw in this game. It was just, not only do you lose on the field, but you lose a bunch of your key players.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm still taking the Lions to win because I think they're just that better coached than the Bears, so they can overcome this stuff. I also don't want to hear Lions fans complaining about injuries. Like, no, next man up. Y'all talk all this shit.
Exactly. Exactly. Next man up. I mean, the Niners are doing it.
Like
they're
the
not.
Niners. No. To his point, the Niners have been doing it. They went to 2 NFC championships and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
To hell.
I'm going to take the Lions as well. I don't think nothing else really needs to be said. They're just a better football team, better coach, as CJ said. Matt.
Bears suck.
Mhm.
Christian.
Yeah, I like the Lions in this one.
Now, will we all love to be proved wrong? Absolutely.
No, I actually would like the Lions to continue winning because I have a lot of coworkers that root for the Lions, and I wouldn't mind seeing the Lions go, to the Super Bowl and all that noise. Because that'd be fun. Anyways, from the NFC North to the AFC North to the Cleveland Browns, who have decided they're going to pull the plug on Jameis Winston. So DTR will now be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, going up against Joe Burrow, who have some sense of playoff hope still alive in Cincinnati as they beat the lowly Titans last week. I'm going to take Cincinnati. Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Yeah, that's his name, right? Dorian Thompson-Robinson?
Yeah.
DRT. What?
DTR.
DTR.
Yeah, DTR. Did that what I said?
No,
DRT. But yeah.
No, whatever. He's not any good. Like he's not any good. I'm going Bengals. TJ.
Well, it's already been stated that Deshaun Watson will probably be back in 2025 because that they just can't get off of that deal. So yeah, but it's also no sympathy from the rest of us. You did it to yourself. You knew, you did it to yourself. Like, would I expect them to still go quarterback in this upcoming draft? Absolutely. But as far as expecting a different starter to be the quarterback next season, it's still going to be Deshaun Watson. Sorry, not sorry, Browns fans. Bengals. Are they out of it, or are they still like technically?
No, they're still alive.
Mathematically, they're in it.
If they win out, the Chargers have the 7th seed right now. They're only 2 games back of the Chargers. If the Chargers lose a game and the Bengals win out, the Bengals can get in.
Chargers have to lose 2, but yeah.
That's what I said.
Oh yeah.
I think the Chargers.
I'm sitting here trying to do the math.
No, you're right. He's right. The Chargers. The Chargers would have to lose 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like lose 2.
Yeah, lose this week and one other.
And I think they play each other at some point. Mm-hmm.
Oh. So I'm like,
no,
obviously,
they don't. But
no.
So obviously, if you're the Bengals since week maybe 14 or so, every game has been must win. Like, you got to win.
Yeah.
You should win this one fairly easily. I might add. Like, no Nick Chubb, no quarterback for the Browns. You should win this one. Since
Christian.
DTR, wish upon a star. It don't matter. Give me the Bengals.
Matt James.
I feel for Tennessee right now. They've fought through so much adversity, so many close games against good teams and lost, and they're still in it. Give me Cincy and Jamar Chase to have another 2 touchdowns.
Let's hope so. From the air into the AFC South, and we have 2 teams coming off taking L's in embarrassing fashion last week. Tennessee Titans, who will start Mason Rudolph at least 1 week, for whatever reason, going into the house that Peyton Manning built, taking on Anthony Richardson and the Colts. Birthday boy, how do you think this one shakes out? In a game the Colts have to win in order to stay even remotely relevant in the AFC.
Give me Peyton Manning's former team. You keep saying the house that Peyton built. Give me Indy in this one.
Christian.
I just don't believe in Tennessee right now. So
yeah, I think Matt said it best. I like Indy as well. I need to see them bounce back after that monstrosity of a horrible game on Sunday against Denver. Colts bounce back.
I'm also taking the Colts. TJ.
Will Levis, Mason Rudolph, it don't matter. It don't matter.
It's true. From there to what is this? The final game of the late afternoon? No, it's not. Jets Rams. Rams still very much in the thick of things when it comes to the NFC West and a potential wild card spot as well, as they beat San Francisco 49ers last week, and the Jets obviously beat the Jacksonville Jaguars in the battle of the teams that start with a J. Last time these two teams played was 4 years ago, also almost to the date. And Christian, do you remember who won that game 4 years ago?
Yeah, the Jets screwed up their chances at getting the number 1 overall pick.
Yes, they did. They won that game 23-20. The starting quarterbacks for both teams was Jared Goff. Yes, this was this long ago. And yes, this was this long ago. Sam Darnold was the quarterback of the Jets. And even more fun, the number 1 rusher for the Jets that game was Frank Gore, the timeless wonder. Who had a touchdown. This might have been his last season, to be totally honest with you. And then Cam Akers on the other side led the Rams in rushing. But TJ, how do you think this version shakes out? Rams, Jets eliminated. Rams have to continue winning if they want to make the playoffs.
Give me the Rams. Aaron Rodgers cares too much about his appearances on Pat McAfee's podcast and talking about what's your vaccination status so I can know how to judge your opinion.
Oh, God.
You focused on the wrong shit, buddy. Like, the day Aaron Rodgers literally walks away from football, everyone will be happy. Literally everyone will be happy. Like, they can't wait for this dude to just go the fuck away.
Like, disappear into your Luca, whatever you're doing. Just go do it. Get away.
I'm taking the Rams too. I just think the Jets have. I know this is probably in MetLife Stadium. Maybe Christian will even be at this game, as he tends to be at games like this sometimes. I will take the Rams. Christian,
I do this with the Jets too.
Anyway, there we go.
You got
birthday boy.
Listen. I do want to say this. Sean McVay, I think, is the favorite right now to win Coach of the Year.
I like that. You got Aaron Rodgers, and your team is selling game tickets for $12. Shut up.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be. TJ, you want to fly out, man?
Birthday boy.
Give me the Rams. I mean, they're on a surgeons right now. They're getting everybody healthy, and I mean, they're dangerous right now. So,
moving on to what should be a barn burner as we almost wrap up the early afternoon window. We got the 12-2 Philadelphia Eagles going into Landover, Maryland, and taking on the Washington Commanders. Both these teams coming off getting W's last week. Obviously, the Eagles won the last time these two teams. Actually, I don't know if they've played each other yet this season. But how do you think this version shakes out? Christian, you got the floor, my friend. Eagles, Commanders. Yeah, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Let's
1, 2, numero tres.
Shameless plug number 2.
Baby. Look, the Eagles are rolling right now, and they did it by getting their passing game jump-started. Sunday was the best I've seen Jalen Hurts look all year long. I mean, he was in command. He had control of the offense, feeding A.J. Brown the ball, feeding Devontae Smith the ball, had a clean pocket to throw from, and the Eagles are rolling. I mean, the Eagles are in the running for the 1 seed. This is a team I don't want to face in January. They can run the ball. Statistically, they play great defense, and most importantly, they're having fun. And this was a team I think we all threw the towel in on when they were 2-2 and lost that game to Tampa Bay. But look at everything that's happened since then. I mean, 10 wins in a row. The Commanders, they got everything they could handle from the New Orleans Saints. And the Commanders' 8 wins have come against teams who haven't been good, and all 5 of their losses have come against
teams that can
winning records, except the Dallas Cowboys. I previewed this one tomorrow. Be on the lookout.
For the reason that you just said, the fact that the Commanders, when they've gone up against teams with a winning record, they've struggled and they've gotten defeated outside of that, obviously the Cowboy game. I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. They're rolling right now. They're clicking on all cylinders. Their offense really got clicking against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know that Saquon Barkley didn't have, a Saquon Barkley type game. He still had like 4.5 yards per carry. Jalen Hurts got it going. I'm taking the Eagles. I think this may be a blowout. TJ.
I'm picking the Eagles, but I got to push back on some of the stuff. Like, this is not a cohesive unit in Philly. Like, I've never seen a team that's winning have this much dysfunction surrounding them. All right, so a perfect example is the week before, right, against Jacksonville. Y'all won the game, right? You won the game, but AJ Brown is getting asked what's wrong with the offense, and he literally says passing. AJ Brown had like 4 catches that game, but you won, right? Last week, or this past Sunday, you get your numbers, you go off, you go crazy, and you win the game. Now all of a sudden it's, hey, everything's buddy buddy. This was our way, me and Jalen's way of telling y'all to shut up. And it's like, bro, like you was just throwing a whole ass hissy fit about the passing production, but y'all still won. You got Brandon Graham going on the podcast while he's an active player, talking about these dudes don't rock with each other like that. These are teammates talking about. This is a teammate talking about y'all. You got Nick Sirianni talking ish to the crowd because that's just who he is. Like, I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, y'all gonna win this game, but this notion of like they this tight unit, no, because let's see what happens if they win this game and AJ Brown don't go 8 for 120 and 2 touchdowns or whatever he had last game.
Birthday boy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Washington's, I don't know. As TJ said, they're dysfunctional.
Not
I mean,
Washington
I
State.
looked at their schedule. It's like, all right, they got away with the Bears win. They go into MetLife, squeeze by the Giants, lose against Pittsburgh, lose against the Eagles, Cowboys, and pull off a couple of wins. And it's like, you guys are acting like, whatever. Philly's surging. And they're one of my Super Bowl preseason picks. So give me Philly. And as you said, David, they're going to win this by, at least a couple scores.
I agree with you on that. Moving on to the final game in the late afternoon window. I'm going to move through a couple of these games a little bit quicker now. Cardinals, Panthers. This game is in Charlotte. I'm taking Arizona. Matt James.
Next game.
Give me the Cardinals.
Everybody, next game.
Christian.
Man,
And give Trey McBride a touchdown, please.
this is a
I mean, he's almost to 1,000 yards and no touchdown.
I feel this game could go either way, but I am going to take Arizona.
From there to the late afternoon window, we got the Minnesota Vikings fresh off beating the Chicago Bears on Monday Night Football, going into Lumen Field, the home of the Seattle Seahawks, where they just lost to a recent NFC North opponent, the Green Bay Packers. Last time these two, I don't remember how last time these two teams played. But Christian, how do you think this shakes out? Vikings, Seahawks, in a game Seattle has to have in order to stay in the driver's seat in the NFC West, and a game Minnesota has to have in order to stay in the hunt for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
I like Minnesota. I think they go on the road. They go in there. They punch Seattle in the mouth. A heavy dose of Aaron Jones. I just don't think there's not a cornerback that could defend either Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison with the way they're playing. Sam Darnold, he's just playing with the utmost confidence right now. Yeah, Minnesota goes up there and they get a big win across country.
TJ.
That's gonna be fun to watch. Rick Woolen versus Justin Jefferson all game. That's Devon Witherspoon versus Jordan Addison. I disagree that these dudes can't cover them. Like, I want to see it happen. I want to say I don't want to see no other matchup. I want to see them two corners travel with the number 1, number 2 the whole game. I don't want to see Rick Woolen on Addison. I don't want to see Witherspoon on Jealous. I want to see your number 1 versus my number 1, your number 2 versus their number 2, and go from there. I think Brian Flores, I think he likes to blitz a lot more on the road than he does at home. I could be wrong on that one, but give me Minnesota. Give me Minnesota.
Matt James.
Yeah, give me Minnesota. I don't believe in the Seattle team much at all. I mean, the last time Minnesota was in this position, I mean, back probably 2009? Good running back, quarterback plays solid, obviously, really good defense.
Also, The update on Geno Smith is good news on the injury front for him. I have no idea if he'll play in this game or not. It's too far out to even really speculate. With that being said, I'm going to take Minnesota. I agree that I think whoever the corners are for the Seattle Seahawks, they're going to have a hard time containing this offense. And I think there's going to be a massive dose of Aaron Jones in this game. From there to the battle in the AFC East, if you want to call it that, New England Patriots going into Orchard Park, taking on the Buffalo Bills. I'm taking the Bills. Anybody doing anything else?
Yeah,
I might go to the movies. I don't know. There's some stuff coming out that I really want to see. I also haven't been to the movies in a while.
Man, that Nosferatu movie looks real fun.
It does, doesn't it? Like it looks. Yeah, I'm like very intrigued by that one.
It looks interesting. Christian.
Josh Allen MVP next game.
Moving on to the battle of the 3-11 Jacksonville Jaguars and the 2-12 Las Vegas Raiders to see who will have the first overall pick in this upcoming draft. Last time these two teams played was 2 years ago, and Jacksonville scored 27 points to the Raiders 20 in victory formation in that game. Derek Carr and Trevor Lawrence went head-to-head in that game. Neither of these guys are going to play in this one. TJ.
I also want to see Craven the Hunter because, like, I've heard some bad things about it, and I just want to check it out for myself. Like that. Does that make sense? Like, I just want to check it out for myself.
I got some Christmas shopping to finish.
I'm taking the Jaguars. Christian.
Ow, I hit my hand.
Moving into the final game of the late afternoon window, and we got the 6-8 San Francisco 49ers going down to South Beach, taking on the 6-8 Miami Dolphins. Last time these two teams played was 2 years ago. San Francisco won that game 33-17, but Miami leads the all-time series 8-7. And it's also a battle between, the understudy and the whatever the opposite of the understudy was called in Sean McVay and Mike McDonald. Mike McDaniel. Who do you guys got in this one? Niners, Dolphins. Come on, baby. Christian.
Man, this is a pick'em if I ever saw it, because both of these teams have been mildly inconsistent throughout the year. Every time you think the 49ers were going to turn the page, they get stepped back 1,000 steps. And Miami, you just don't know which version of them is really going to show up. I'm going to take the Dolphins, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Niners won this game. But I'm going to take Miami because San Fran's just too injured right now, and yeah.
And there's some bad mojo going on with the San Francisco 49ers right now. With the Devondre Campbell stuff and just the Drake Greenlaw. Hopefully that was nothing serious with his knee. I have not looked into the stats of him either. But I think San Francisco they actually even this series up for them, between them all time. Give me the Niners. Matt James.
Yeah, I'm taking Niners too.
TJ.
Yeah, you can say what you want about the Bears and all these other bad teams. At least these bad teams can say we've never had somebody literally just walk out on us in the middle of a game. Niners. Yeah. So y'all can laugh at the Bears all you want. None of our players have literally left the game because they didn't feel like playing.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is an organization that's been winning, like for the last 5 or 6 years or so, like that. I understand like that issue because I want to hear to talk about it when it happened. I understand, like, I don't know what Devondre Campbell thought. Like, I don't know if he thought he could play his way into that starting role. Like no, bro. Like you were a placeholder. You were
earn it.
You were a rental. Like. Like they had to discuss that with you, like, bro, like when Dre Greenlaw back, you are in the rotation. He's the starter. You gonna be in the rotation, and you just thought because what? You've been playing all season that you just no. That's usually not how that works. And all those other dudes that some like, I hope I never see him again. Y'all weren't gonna do shit to him anyway. If you do see him again,
It's true. But
Like-
they probably won't. He probably will not play another game for the
no,
rest of the-
no,
I know
he's
I know he's suspended for the rest of the
suspended.
remaining season, but like he's never gonna come back.
He's suspended for the rest of the season without pay because and that's a smart move by John Lynch because if they waive him, cut him, they got to pay him. Suspending him without pay means, hey, bro, at the end of the season, I can just cut your ass and not have to pay you a dime.
He's on a 1 year deal, anyways.
Right, I'm good. Fool. I really want the Dolphins to win this game, though. Like, I'm with Christian. I wouldn't be surprised one iota if San Fran does win, but I want the Dolphins to win this one so bad.
To Sunday Night Football, and we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Jerry World, taking on those Dallas Cowboys. Obviously, Tampa Bay hung a massive number on the Chargers last week. I don't remember what the Cowboys did last week. I think they won, but don't tell me that because I really don't remember. Last time these two teams played was actually a play out of Carolina. Thank you. Last time was that playoff game. I think Tom Brady is like his final game of his career. If I could be wrong on that one, but Dallas won that game 31-14. Christian, in a game, Dallas, both these teams have to have one to stay at the number 1 seed in the NFC South, and if Dallas wants to keep their very, very slim playoff hopes alive, they have to win this game. Who wins? Christian.
I like Tampa Bay because Dallas. Blame Stephen A for this.
Lord.
I am an agent of chaos, and I love some good old chaos. I want to see this NFC South
David,
come
you're
down
about
to
to
the
do what I
wire. I'm taking the Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. TJ.
Again, this is another fan base that just likes laughing at the Bears. And it's like, bro, in my lifetime, which is 30 years, by the way.
Old ass.
Old ass.
You just turned
young, bro.
You literally just turned 34. David, you 40.
Wait. Oh, I'll take 34. Thank you.
I
will. I'll take 34.
Age.
I will take 34. All right, we'll stick with that.
David, you done had a beer since you was a 6-month-old baby. I ain't trying
I
to.
came out of the womb having a beer. Let me just.
David, that you should mute his mic. He's so goddamn.
No, I could never do that. I love TJ.
I could.
Anyway, but you ain't in charge, is you? Is you? Nah, sit down.
Deal with
Anyway, yeah, like this is a fan base that just loves taking their shots at the Bears. Like, bro, you haven't been to an NFC championship since I've been alive, and you had exponentially better teams. You've had way better teams than the Bears, and the Bears have been to more NFC championships and Super Bowls more recently than y'all asses. Shut up, seriously.
Yeah,
the Commanders have figured this thing out faster than like before y'all got back to an NFC championship. Shut up. Seriously. Shut up. Give me the Buccaneers. Just like Cooper Rush, really? Y'all, you having faith in Cooper? You got that much faith in Cooper Rush to cause chaos, Dave?
I just want to see. I just want to see how to make the playoffs. So
hey, why? You do realize the Cowboys Trayvon Diggs, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm still rolling with it. I'm taking the Cowboys.
Who finna guard Mike Evans?
Nobody. He's gonna have 500 yards. Don't matter. I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm sticking with it. Birthday boy, make a pick.
Yar. Give me the Pirate.
From there, Monday Night Football. We got the Saints rolling into Lambeau, taking on the Green Bay Packers. Last time these two teams played was last season, and the Packers squeaked out that 18-17 victory that ended up being almost a turning point in the season for the Green Bay Packers, a game they should have lost, but for some reason did not.
This has been the Prime. Thank you for watching.
No. Also, I'm taking the Saints. The hell with you, Green Bay. I hope Green Bay doesn't win another game and misses the playoffs. I'm taking the Saints.
Fuck Green Bay.
That's all the bias in the world right there. the Packers. I'm taking the Saints. TJ.
Anyway,
All right, if I say it again, I'll get kicked off. So
anyway, this has been the Prime. Thank y'all for watching.
I'm taking the Saints. I have no reason behind it besides absolute hate with my seething soul.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Mike Vick for getting the job.
it's that time of the year.
I'm excited to see what Mike Vick do at the collegiate level.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, this has been our 24-25 NFL season, Week 15 Monday Night Football recap, Week 6 preview and predictions. We also gave out some game balls. We are currently live on Facebook, YouTube, and on the Huddle Sports Network. That you can find that on all your Roku devices. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. I'm, of course, your host, David On Point Huffman. My co-host, Mr. T.J. Hopkins, and the birthday boy, Mr. Matthew James, and from the Daily Blitz.blog, Mr. Christian Simpson. And gentlemen, what do we do here at the Prime, my friends?
We laugh at
Brain. And now we laugh at our teams.
We bring the heat, baby.
We bring the heat.
We'll be back
I don't
here
need
tomorrow.
to be here. It's 61 degrees.
Rub it in.
It's 40 degrees.
Yeah, it was nice
away.
actually today for December.
Let's go. I'll take it. 40 degrees in December. Sign me up for that every day and twice on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
we'll be back here tomorrow with our Fantasy Football Weekly show. You don't want to miss any of that content. Y'all have a good night and stay safe out there. Peace out, gentlemen.
Be safe, guys.
And as we sign off here, just a quick message from our sponsor here at the Huddle Sports Network. We will see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning into real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing